Hi everyone, Folkthany Poptano here, the internet's busiest music nerd. And it's time for a review of the new Ed Sheeran album, Divide. Widely celebrated singer-songwriter Ed Sheeran is back with his third big commercial major label album, Divide, 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 keeping to the cute maths theme with his two previous records. While I've never been a fan of Ed's music, he seems like a nice guy, and I've always appreciated from afar the fact that he's been able to climb to the highest echelons of mainstream pop music, playing folk music, singer-songwriter music, guitar music, something that is severely lacking in the top 40 in 2017. But the thing is, I can only celebrate Ed's success with his music so far, because once I actually sit down and listen to the stuff he's recording, to the stuff that he's writing, it becomes painfully obvious that the only reason his music appeals so widely is because it's trite, which continues to be the case on Divide. Especially as it seems Ed leans harder on his rap skills on a good handful of the songs here. He also attempts to write more pop crossovers like the song Shape of You, where we hear a sexy Ed Sheeran singing from the standpoint of a woman who he's lusting after, saying that she wants to get his body on her body. I'm in love with your body. This song, I just feel like taking a shower after I hear it. On the song Galway Girl, Ed gets a little flirty, rapping about an Irish girl who plays fiddle in a traditional band. He's getting hot and heavy with her in the bar, and Ed is just spitting verse after verse over this fusion of Celtic music and hip-hop. It's so gross. And it gets even worse as Ed is spitting bars about his ex-girlfriend's new boyfriend on the track New Man. I get that the guy in this song is supposed to be like, you know, a caricature, but Ed describes this guy as having tribal tattoos, but he doesn't know what they mean. He wears boat shoes, he has a healthy diet, and he owns every single Ministry CD. Fucking Ministry? What dimension is this man from? Also, Ed will not say fuck on this song. He'll make blatant reference to that word, but he won't say that word. However, he will talk about this first boyfriend's arsehole being bleached. He'll rap about a bleached arsehole, but he won't say the F word. I feel like there's a disconnect here. Now, there are other tracks on this thing where Ed is not rapping at all. The instrumentation is pretty inoffensive, very pleasant. I feel like these more ballad type songs play more to Ed's strengths, like the song What Do I Know? Or What Do I Know? A track that is undeniably cute, with Ed singing about changing the world through music and love and making reference to all the instrumentation that he'd work into a song. I like the plucky electric guitar chords on this thing, the very quiet but driving kick drum, the very sweet background vocals. It's a sweet song, even with corny lines like, life is more than fitting in your jeans. The song Happier is okay, even though it seems like Ed's attempt at writing his own version of Stay With Me, that Sam Smith song. He definitely had that song in mind when the inspiration point for this track came about. The track Castle on the Hill is the better of the two singles, teasing toward this record, although it sounds like a glitzy, overblown, overproduced, very glossy version of like a Tallest Man on Earth track. The song Dive is one of those waltzy, dramatic ballads that's super reserved on the verse, but then explodes with passion on the chorus. Don't call me baby, unless you mean it. Yeah, it's kind of cliche at this point, but I can't deny that Ed's performance within this blueprint is really good. There's a lot to like about these tracks, but Ed's big shortcoming again and again and again continues to be his lyrical abilities. If Ed were a book, he would be a thesaurus of romantic and inspirational platitudes. He's just full of images and phrases that have been recycled so many times that they mean almost nothing at this point, or have at least lost complete touch with their original meaning because they're just so far removed. That's about all the lyrics on the track How Would You Feel, where it sounds like Ed is just going through the motions of a generic love song. And then the track Hearts Don't Break Around Here. I don't know how Ed wrote that down and didn't look back at it and just think, kind of cringy. For whatever reason, Ed just seems to find great power in empty, non-specific promises. For emotional and lyrical comparison, listen to the closing track, Supermarket Flowers, a track that is an ode to his late grandmother. It seems like there's way more attention to detail and emotional investment in this track right from the start. The track may not be the most amazing song I've ever heard, but there's definitely like a difference in quality and conviction here in the performance too. Yeah, I mean, while there were a few highlights on this thing, I did not care for this record overall. Ed Sheeran to me is a singer-songwriter for sure, but he's a very sanitized singer-songwriter. He's a very safe singer-songwriter. To me, some of my favorite songwriters come off on their albums a lot like a really good book, a really great novel, or like an amazing biography that you just get really emotionally invested in because it's so personal, it's so revealing. With Ed, I don't get that sensation at all. On Divide, it's more like I'm listening to the musical equivalent to like one of those really bad, just girly things, image macros, or like a really crappy motivational poster that you've seen a million fucking times. I get and I see the appeal of this album, but it's just not for me. I'm feeling a light to decent 4 on this thing. Transition. Have you given this album a listen? Did you love it? Did you hate it? What would you rate it? You're the best. You're the best. What should I review next? Hit the like if you like. Please subscribe and please don't cry because, you know. Buh. All sorts of other links next to my head and everything. Yeah, I'm corny. I know. Ed Sheeran, Divide, forever.